God bless you all tuning in. It is, of course, March 22nd, 322. It is 322, the demonic skull and bones. So please stay prepared. Typically, there is some kind of catastrophic event on 322. This is when the demonic elites typically roll out these false events. Also, here, March 22nd, 2026, I want us all to stay on our toes because we have an emergency world alert. Donald Trump has threatened the Middle East, threatened Iran, and we are now on a less than 24-hour countdown to the apocalypse. For those of you just coming in, Donald Trump warned in a very explicit tweet yesterday on his Truth Social that he was giving Iran 48 hours before he absolutely, quote, obliterated all of their power facilities and power supply. This, of course, will send near 100 million, estimates 93 million Iranians into complete darkness in the coming hours. In addition, breaking news, U.S. B-52 Stratofortress bombers have departed the UK. They are arriving now, reportedly loaded for strikes on Iran. Full payload includes 20 bunker busters, signals a massive escalation. The skies roaring with apocalyptic fury in Israel. Israel was hit twice overnight while we were sleeping. Again, thank you for your prayers too, and please pray for Hawaii. There's been, again, catastrophic floods across multiple islands. So please pray for that. You know, it's difficult because it's like you can barely get ready for one in millennium event, like once in a century event. And then as you're doing that, and the American people are staying prepared and being vigilant, then they open up World War III at the same time. So there's a lot we're going to be talking about today. U.S. troops have been pulling back from key areas in the region as well prior to Donald Trump's strikes. Now, I'm not saying I believe this, but many believe Donald Trump has fully gone unhinged. This is not my opinion, but there's many people defecting from MAGA. They think Trump has completely gone unhinged. The mainstream media is basically detailing that he's lost control in the Middle East, that he miscalculated, and now he's essentially just kind of fretting over the miscalculation, so he's going to pull a lot of different strings. But I'm here to give you a very weighed, measured opinion of what I think 5 scenarios, key scenarios, which, by the way, in an uncensored format, you can watch my broadcast earlier this morning on X, post the Hawaii flood. I just woke up there. It's an uncensored version. Of course, pretty much all information is still censored in the United States of America. You have no freedom of speech. Your Bill of Rights and U.S. Constitution has been eradicated much in 2020. And so we're basically just kind of on the edge of losing all freedom here in the United States, which is why you need to join us. And by the way, folks, my companies have never, ever taken a PPP loan or a bailout. I actually refused millions of dollars in 2020, for those of you that don't know, because I have integrity. I told the U.S. government to shove it up its ass in 2020, did not comply to a darn thing. So I just want you to understand that my companies, no bailouts, no PPP loans. I could have taken millions in taxpayer funds, but didn't do it and will never comply. And none of my companies have any bank debt. By the way, everything else is a scam. Every other company in debt is going to go bankrupt in this financial apocalypse that's ahead. Every company. We have no bank debt. We're the real deal, my father and I, and our members. So just keep that in mind. We are built on a foundation of rock. All these other companies are built on trash, and they are built on sand. All these other people you're following, they are 50 to 90% leveraged LTV in their portfolios, and they will be massacred and decimated in a 2008 and 09 in the coming months. And my company is going to be buying all their cheap bags because we have no bank debt. None. We are a biblical rock foundation led by Christians. And there's a difference. Again, I'm sure even a lot of you tuning in probably would have taken those clean millions for free. You didn't even have to pay it back. All those millions of dollars in PPP loans I could have taken, I didn't even have to pay it back. Could have just, boop, just like Nancy Pelosi, but I have integrity. See, I'm a real man, a real American. I have real balls. Most of the people you follow don't. So God bless. I don't pretend to be perfect, but we are badass here at theislandproject.com. And I want you taking aggressive action because you have a choice to make. You can stand tall. Today, you can make a choice to stand tall, not comply, and be free. Or you can perish on your knees as a slave. And that's what is going to happen to most people. Most people are going to perish on their knees as a slave. Well, I ask you today, do you believe in freedom? Do you believe in liberty? My companies promote peace, prosperity, hope for the future, Christianity, discipleship, and love. That's what my companies stand for. Your government promotes chaos, destruction, democide, and the worst of the worst. So you have a choice to make. You can support that. And again, send all of these dirty politicians, every single last one of them, and all of these criminal central bankers to the front line first to take the fire. You lead by example, bub. We want to see your ass on the front lines. You take the fire. All these talking mouthpieces, all these people that you see on Wall Street, all these politicians, Lindsey Graham, send your ass to the front lines. We want your whole family taking, stay safe out there, the fire first. You lead by example, bub. Otherwise, the American people want no part in it. So God bless. Jesus Christ is King. Stay dangerous out there because, of course, danger is freedom. Safety is slavery. That's why they rang that into your mind over the last couple of years, because they want you on your knees, not free. You don't play it safe for freedom, guys. You live dangerously, just like Maverick at Top Gun. All right, so let's talk about these 5 scenarios. So a lot of crazy world events. Again, let me explicitly state, like and share. I believe Donald Trump is bluffing in a way and basically has given a red herring to the public. He says that there's a 48-hour, now 24-hour target countdown before he blows up all of the power facilities and sends Iran into darkness, and 100 million people lights out. All the hospitals will go down. Anybody on oxygen will perish. There's going to be absolute chaos and pandemonium in the streets. Didn't they tell us that they were actually going to free the Iranians? Didn't they tell us that there was going to be new leadership and the protests would result in a revolt? And so then they could get their freedom back? It actually seems like the opposite's happening. It seems like they're being sent into darkness. All their critical facilities and power infrastructure is about to collapse? It seems like there's going to be a lot of civilian casualties. I mean, if you're elderly in Iran and you can't get your oxygen, or let's say you're at the hospital and the power goes out, aren't you not going to make it? So notice that these bumble F's of lies that they fed all of us. Oh, it's, the Iranian people, it's for their freedom, right? We must free the Iranians from tyranny by dropping more BOMBs and sending them into darkness, into perpetual war, and eliminating their electrical power grids. It's hilarious, isn't it? The lies and the propaganda and the BS, it's just mind-boggling and makes you want to throw up. So I actually think Donald Trump and King Bibi, Benjamin Netanyahu's real target, which, by the way, Israel's been under attack, pray for Israel, the last 24 hours, at least 2 big attack events took place overnight while I was sleeping. But I believe Trump and Bibi have a different target in mind. So I want to talk about that. I actually believe they may nuke the Strait of Hormuz to widen the shipping lanes as a quick fix to remove the bottleneck that Iranian has control over. 20% of the LNG natural gas, 20% or so of oil, skyrocketing gas prices, which make Donald Trump very, very unpopular. I mean, we're already at like $7, $9 a gallon. At this pace, we could be at $100 per gallon in a couple of weeks. If the Strait of Hormuz is closed permanently, there's going to be massive famine, especially in second, third world countries. The continent of Africa will be the worst far-fledged hit. It's going to be an absolute disaster, not to mention Donald Trump's polling is going straight into the toilet. And many of his supporters are fleeing, and the rats are leaving the nest, kind of like the sinking Titanic. So I actually believe that one of the solutions will be blowing up the Strait of Hormuz, right, as America promotes peace worldwide with dropping more BOMBs. The other thing I want you to keep an eye out is I believe that the US financial and European financial markets have already been infected by a cyber event. I believe this is transpiring now, and a Stuxnet like V is spreading like AIDS. I think it's infecting US, European financial markets, private credit, and the US government will blame the financial apocalypse worse than 2008-09 on Iran. Again, there's no dirty criminal politician to be at fault here, guys. There's no dirty criminal central bank that's at fault. Oh, no, 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 no. They couldn't be at fault for printing all the debt, sending you to war. No, it's Iran. So when the banks go bust, again, for the umpteenth time, when the too big to fails go to zero for the umpteenth time, when the TARP bailout frauds of JP Morgan Chase that trafficked Epstein children, fact, along with Jamie Dimon, and Bankrupt of America that went to zero, $3 a share before you bailed them out in 2008-09 in one giant scam and stealing of taxpayer money, and Wells Fargo, which had to settle billions of dollars of lawsuits of opening fake customer accounts through direct fraud under the ownership of Warren Buffett. Once that happens for an umpteenth time, just like last year, late last year in 2024, when you logged into your Bank of America account, it showed a zero balance and all it showed is debt. The bankers aren't going to be blamed for it. It's the boogeyman in Iran. Oh yeah, it's Durka that did it. So I believe a cyber attack is imminent. I believe this event has been launched. I've told you to panic out of the banks now for months. If you're not out of the banks and Island Project, you are screwed. You call my dad, 808-442-2934. There's still very little time. You probably have less than 24 hours to roll over your retirement accounts. My father, Papa John, can help you with that immediately. You can self-direct your IRA with us in a no bank debt asset before the entire U.S. stock market, financial market, and the bond market and U.S. treasuries blow up. And that's a fact. 3. 4. Very curious anomalies are currently taking place. There was a meteor strike. I believe this took place in Houston. I'll get into more details in a minute. So there's meteors raining into the continental United States across multiple states. This is weird because there's been no official commentary from fake NASA. You know, the fakers that never went to the moon? You know how Elon Musk, he's now rebuked going to Mars. He says it's too hard, the window is too tight. So now they want to go back to the moon even though they haven't been there since 1971 and it's all fake. And there's no moon bases and there's no Starbucks up there. There's no Hyatt Hotel. There's no YouTubers or live streamers. It's just all BS. They sold you that lie that they live streamed with Neil Armstrong bouncing around on the alleged Swiss cheese in 1969. And somehow they had a clear connection that beamed to all the American citizenry on the boob tube as if they didn't pre-record it. Oh, it was a live stream and they had cameras set up on the Swiss cheese before he landed. Well, what's really weird is there's been no official NASA commentary on these meteor strikes that are going through people's homes. It kind of reminds me of the movie Don't Look Up with Leonardo DiCaprio, which is kind of the situation we're in now. You have people that literally don't think they're on the verge of nuclear war, but yeah, you're on the verge of nuclear war, guys. Like a lot of you won't make it. I'm expecting, and I pray against it, but 1 billion people to be slaughtered as a result of the deep state cabal's plan for the world war they have running right now. There were only 3 billion people on planet Earth during World War II, and there were 80 million casualties, mostly civilians, because mostly civilians are affected, not the people on the front line, because the power grid goes down, like Trump has just threatened in Iran. Hospitals don't work. Supply chains break down like 2020. People can't get food. And with the Strait of Hormuz closed, I want you to keep this in mind, there's no fertilizer, which means you're going to have a famine, which means you're going to have an energy lockdown, which means you're going to have shortages, panic, and pandemonium. You've seen nothing yet, guys. The dry toilet paper runs of 2020 with the ferocious radical leftist Democratic cucks screaming in your face, yelling when nothing was even happening. You've seen nothing yet. These people are freaks. And in my opinion, extremely dangerous. And this is why you need to join fellow Christians because, of course, we're the peace movement. We're the prosperity movement. We actually have integrity. We don't take any bailouts. We don't do what we're told. We don't comply to anything. No, we preach love, hope, discipleship, Christ is King, God, and we actually help people. And keep in mind, it was our great audience here and the Island Project that raised $250,000 nearly after the Maui fires and gave it literally all away, buying people as much as we could. Food, water, supplies. I bought one gentleman an amazing new, brand new truck who had lost everything. There's a lot of things I don't tell you about because I don't need to tell you about it. Just keep in mind, we're the badasses. It's your government that is taking all of your taxpayer money and using it for BOMBs and dropping it on innocent lives' heads. It's your government that's sending your kids to the front lines, and I'm calling it now. Donald Trump will declare a national draft in this country very soon. There's going to be a national draft in this country. There's going to be a freaking national draft in this country as they blow up this system, blow up this financial markets, and it pisses me off. It pisses me off, these absolute scum. So again, I'll pray for Donald Trump, but I'm angry today. So I'll get into these asteroids, but Donald Trump also said he's going to build us a golden dome, and I told you the only reason we need a golden dome is because we'll probably be under a false attack soon. And now you got these meteors barreling through people's homes in Texas. It's odd. It doesn't make any sense. Now, of course, let's just touch on the weather here. They were spraying our skies for years. They said that was a conspiracy. Now it's all admitted. Gates and others are spraying seawater up into the atmosphere, and then they wonder why Hawaii just got, in 10 days, a year's worth of rain. I want you to keep this in mind. We got a year's worth of rain in 10 freaking days. And God speaks again. Five, the deep state Epstein trafficking cabal. Now it's raining harder. Let's just enjoy it for a minute. Five, alien disclosures. All fake, all BS, all lies, all BS. The U.S. government and Trump have already revealed that they're going to disclose all of the UFO Roswell files and Little Green Men. Marco Rubio, of course, making statements on these disclosures, and the Pentagon already readily admitting that UFOs and non-human alien intelligence is real, and there are non-human alien intelligent beings. Okay, and there's a little bit of a gray area here because I don't believe they're going to reveal beings. I think they're just going to reveal interdimensional craft. That's my personal opinion. UAPs, UFOs, no beings, just craft. There's a lot of psyops going on right now. Even the new movie, which I want to see, Project Hail Mary. I read that book to my kids. It's a great book, honestly. It's fantastic. I gave it to Donut after I finished reading it once I saw him in Scottsdale, Arizona. Freaking fantastic. Can't wait to see the movie, but there's a lot of these psyops, right? We have the Oumuamua anomalous object, which is an interstellar object discovered in Maui, which Avi Loeb, the Harvard professor and scientist who studies these anomalous vehicles, thinks it's a vehicle. There's been multiple comets and interstellar objects that have been kind of permeating our minds recently. I think the other one was called like Asimov something, and we just had the Three-Eye Atlas, of course, around Christmas time. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but they are going to couple this with alien BS. So just understand this. Let me get to this just absolute psychotic meteorite situation going on right now. Let me just read this to you. Something is happening over America. You've been warned. So the USA and Iran war kicked off February 28, 2026. Just 4 days later, a fireball was discovered on March 2nd in our skies. It was an orange fireball 50 miles up, seen across LA, 3 states on camera. Then on March 3rd, Pacific Northwest, NASA confirmed 100 times the speed of sound, a sonic boom from Canada to Seattle. March 11th, Northeast, 113 fireball reports in one night across 12 states. March 17th, Ohio, 7-ton asteroid explodes, 250 tons TNT force Shockwave multi-state. March 17th, Dallas, Texas, fireball changes direction midair, no explanation. 5 major events, 18 days, all since the war began all over the United States. Now, Iran claims drones can reach the U.S. mainland. They targeted the Diego Garcia Air Force Base yesterday. So I just want you to think, what if this is actually Iran, China, Russia, North Korea? What if we're getting shrapnel? The FBI and the fake 3-letter agencies just warned that Los Angeles was going to be targeted by drone strikes in the sky, which I actually predicted and warned about years in advance. Everyone says I'm nuts. Just like Tesla cars are driving you off cliffs now, locking your kids in the car in 100-degree weather and driving straight into brick walls and self-incinerating. In fact, all they have to do is press a button and remotely they can incinerate and light your car on fire if it's self-driving, for those of you that don't know. Or it could be hacked by the deep state, or even if the deep state's good, which we know they're not, hacked by Iran or sleeper cells or something, or North Korea or China or Russia. So let's talk about this too. When we go full kinetic, right now we have a bunch of proxy wars going on. Ukraine, which Vladimir Putin is winning, and I told you he would win and kick America's ass, which he's done. You've got Ukraine, you've got Iran, pretty much a proxy war, but it's going kinetic. Once it is kinetic. This is what you need to look for. Once America and the United States and whatever is left of crumbling NATO, that failed experiment, goes in direct conflict with China, and they start firing on each other, that's the turning point. That's the Franz Ferdinand. When Russia and America attack each other, when China and America attack each other, when there's direct confrontation, when that goes kinetic, that is the signal, okay? And that is the likely signal of limited tacticals that will be used and probably be used at that point. Folks, I love you. You must exit the banks now. Call my dad at 808-442-2934. Get into no bank debt assets here at the Digital Noah's Ark while you still can. I'm expecting Wall Street to blow up on Monday. We could even have a Black Monday. I would expect closures on Wall Street, bank freezes, bank holidays, ATMs to collapse, your logins to break. Honestly, your only safe haven is real assets like I've been pitching and telling and building over $100 million worth over the last several years since our declaration of 1776 in 2022. Because again, I always get everything right because I hear it from God. And now Israel is under fire. Israel is under attack. Every single day it gets worse. Dubai ain't safe. UAE ain't safe. Yes, of course. Call my dad, 808-442-2934. You can also see our current portfolio and pending acquisitions over $100 million worth at islandproject.com. Again, all of our properties are owned outright with no bank debt. Our fractional ownership owns every single property, all of their cash flows, all of their capital gains, plus use, up to $2,000 to $5,000 a night equivalent comped, up to 30 days comped, all the way up to the Diamond Nuts tiers, 12 Jeeps, 2 freaking Lambos. One is actually a hybrid, which might come into handy now that oil is about to skyrocket to $300 a barrel. And yes, we report K1s at the end of the year, and we've absolutely dominated every single year. Every other company out there has debt. Everything on Wall Street is a ticking time, you know what. All these other people you're following are leveraged to the teeth at like 80, 90% LTV. We are the only Christian investment vehicle with no bank debt in the world that's decentralized and tokenizing in 2026, making our members rich. You only have limited time. Do you understand what I'm telling you? You have freaking limited time. We have 400 plus members around the world. We're only adding another select 100 to Deck 2. Then it's over. We're tokenizing to billions in 2026. And again, we'll be building on the ashes of the destruction that's coming. And we'll be buying the bags of the highly leveraged, bank-ridden frauds that are currently running Wall Street. Of course, they're going to get bailouts. You won't. Just like we saw this in 2008-09. You should be angry. You should be pissed off. You should be demanding your leadership to get on the front lines. This warmongering every 5 seconds, these ultimatums. You now have a 24-hour warning because the President of the United States, many people believe, are freaking unhinged at this point. I'm not saying that's my opinion. I'm praying for the President of the United States. I still think he has something up his sleeve. But I mean, this is getting dangerous. This is getting out of control. He was even celebrating the death of Mueller yesterday. Again, I mean, he can say whatever he wants. I'm not even really giving my opinion. But guys, you do understand what's going on here, right? The deep state is still running things. The deep state's still in charge. The same lockdown artists of 2020 are now going full-blown energy lockdowns. These people hate you. The only person that loves you is probably me at this point. The only person that's going to fight for you is my dad. It's now 71 years old. His birthday's coming up. God bless him. We're the only people left. Our 400 members are the only people left in the world that want peace, hope, prosperity, and love, and freedom and liberty. Everybody else is just going to be emblazoned in war and destruction and chaos and UBI and peasantry income because they have no idea what's coming. Look, I've raised the alarm bells for years. I am the Paul Revere. Literally, I shake you to the core every single day. If you're not awake now, put on your sunglasses because the blast is about to hit. Do you understand? A lot of you still don't understand. My message is Holy Spirit driven. It is not one based on fear. Your government is fear. They're the ones that locked your ass down. They're the ones that closed your business. They're the ones sending you to war. They're the ones with the energy lockdowns. We are love and freedom and hope and prosperity. You have a choice to fight back peacefully today at islandproject.com. It's your last chance. 808-442-2934. That's 808-442-2934. God bless. I'll keep you posted. Have a beautiful day. You have less than 24 hours. Donald Trump has threatened 93 million Iranians and is about to send them into darkness. And what I believe is a red herring, I believe there's another target that Donald Trump will hit imminently. Lights out, folks. Lights out. Rewind this video, play it back, and more importantly, take action while you still can. IslandProject.com, see our terms and disclaimers. I'm not a financial advisor. Talk to my father, 808-442-2934, minimum 200K. Get in now and make sure your money is rolled over into a safe zone with no bank debt before financial Armageddon and the sheep panic. And I want you to keep in mind, Americans, most of them, you do. I love you guys. I'm preaching the choir. Most Americans don't have a backbone. The second the sheep sniff that the financial markets are going to zero again, like 2008-09, every American's going to sell every last ETF and index fund. They are out the freaking door. They don't back the war. They don't support anything. No, it'll be self-preservation and every man for themselves. I'm telling you to get out now. What, you trust your fellow neighbor to ride the bloodbath of the Wall Street collapse just because they're pro-America? BS. They will be selling in droves on Monday. If Donald Trump doesn't pull off a miracle in the next 24 hours, all hope is lost. There will be panic, pandemonium, bank runs, and you ain't getting your money at the criminal banks. They have 0% reserve requirements. 0% reserve requirements. Zero. Do you understand? Look it up at the FDIC. Zero. They are insolvent. They are bankrupt. Your government is a freaking Ponzi scheme. They are taxing you to oblivion. You have no time left. You get out now and you join like minds, and more importantly, you join your freaking general. I'm on the front lines every single day, kicking ass, chewing bubble gum at the same time. And so is Papa John. We've proven ourselves over multiple decades, and we have a undebatable, unparalleled $100 million plus no bank debt portfolio on the books. You're freaking welcome. Mic drop. And we're going to billions this year. God bless. Please like and share, brothers and sisters. I'm praying for all of you. Resist and do not comply what comes next. And you get angry, and you turn that anger into positivity and action. Again, don't panic. Just make the right move and do it with the Island Project today. Thank you.